Greetings RC friends, welcome to Props and Wheels and to the third day of a 10-day mini drone challenge. So every day I am reviewing another mini drone. Yesterday's was a flop, unfortunately, if you watched the previous video. So I wanted today to be a success. Therefore, I'll be reviewing this one, which I believe is going to be one of the better ones or the really good ones. I purchased this one from Amazon. And it was an impulse buy. I purchased this one because I saw it on one of Captain Drone's videos. Captain Drone is one of my favorite channels on YouTube. He mostly does drone reviews, RC drone reviews. And in one of his recent videos, he was reviewing some helicopters. He was getting into helicopters and he mentioned this drone.
Let me tell you the following. I'm just going to sum it up, what I've learned, flying a helicopter. And that is that if you can fly a drone that, like, say, a $50 drone, because a $50 drone has no GPS in it, the kind you fly in your house, they move all over the place, there's no GPS. If you can fly that, you can fly a helicopter.
So the price of this one on Amazon was about $24 when I purchased it. But there was a 15% coupon. So it brought down the price to, including shipping, $21.65. There was prime shipping and it arrived overnight. Less than 24 hours. Amazing. So let's open it up and see what is inside. From the package, it feels like really high quality. So they included this clear plastic in the front. And here is the drone. So you can see the drone without even opening the box. It's one of the small drones, of course. And here is the controller. And one of the batteries already here. My version should have 2 batteries. When I purchased. Yes, so the other battery is here in this little hardware package. And it comes with 2 sets, not one, but 2 sets of spare propellers. That's great. If I break any, which I doubt because these are very well protected within these plastic circles. And here are the manuals. There's a user manual and Benutzer Handbuch. That's in German. So we have both of them. And they gave us their cards. I mean, you can tell like there is attention to detail with this one. I was expecting that because I saw it on Captain Drone's website. He usually, puts up things that are really good. Nice packaging, all good. And on the package, I just want to read a couple things to you. The racing drone, high speed, as swift as the wind. I'm not sure, and it also says fixed height. That means fixed height. Let me translate it from Chinglish to English. It is altitude hold. Probably it's referring to altitude hold. So it has a barometer where you can just adjust the height instead of the throttle for altitude adjustment. So you put it on a certain altitude, it should stay there plus minus a couple inches. Here in the second little bag, we have a little Phillips screwdriver and also the USB charger. And they gave the one with this long cable, which I like because it gives a little bit more freedom where you're putting it. Well, let's connect one of the batteries over here and let's start the charging process. Okay. I don't see any light or anything on this. Just wondering. How do we know when it's fully charged? We don't? I'm not sure. So I hope when I connect it, it is actually charging. And it's not defective. I'm connecting again. Okay, now it came on. I don't know why. So I guess you have to connect the battery first and then connect it to your USB adapter. Alright. So to protect the back, well, this is a really tiny controller, by the way, and there is a little screw that keeps the battery cover in place, so probably it doesn't open accidentally. And amazing, it is just taking 2 AAA batteries. 2. Alright, let me get some AAA batteries. I have a feeling that this is going to be a good, successful review, but hopefully I'm not jinxing it. Alright, so here is the little transmitter, and it is nicely labeled, which is great. So there's the power button in the front, and it has sound, unlike yesterday's. It beeps. So the little red light is blinking, and then as you see, this is not like your typical throttle because it's in the center. It is spring loaded, it goes back to the center. That means this has altitude hold function. And here is, I believe, what, from the way I see it, the headless mode. It means that no matter which way, so if you are taking off this way, no matter how you rotate it in the headless mode, if you push the stick forward, it will go away from you. If you pull the stick towards, it will come back, and then right, left. So no matter how your orientation is of the drone, it will always follow your front, back, right, left, the way you took off. That can be a good feature for kids learning for the first time, gaining confidence. If you are planning to do this in long term and you are new to this hobby, I recommend learn it to fly without the headless mode. It's going to get you confused. Learn how to project yourself onto the drone and know its orientation instead of like your point of view. By imagining yourself sitting in the cockpit of the drone will give you the ability to turn in any condition to any location and you won't get disoriented. So that's my recommendation. There's also this little home button. I think that's return to home. What it does is usually, if it took off this way and then flew it away from you, you press that, it will come back in the direction opposite that it took off from. So it will come probably somewhere towards you. But if you do not stop it, it will pass you and continue going back towards your back. So don't do that mistake. Anything else? Alright, and this last button actually has 2 functions. As you see, it says speed flip. It has 3 different speeds. So if you are flying outside in the wind, you would like to use the third one. So I'm assuming that once you turn it on, it will be on the low speed. There's also these trim buttons around the power switch. And this is for trimming front, back, right, left. If it is drifting to the right, you give a couple clicks of left trim to stabilize it so it's hovering in place. And for other directions the same way. Alright, let me turn this off. Does this turn off by one single click? No, you have to press the middle button until you hear DD and then it is turned off. That's a safety feature so that you do not accidentally press it during flight. Because if it turns off, in one press, short press, your drone will come down. These usually have enough charge to test them out. So I'm just going to connect the second battery already here to the drone. And it is blinking. Really bright LED inside. So let's turn this one on. And then it did a couple quick flashes. And then usually you go up, down, and beeping stopped. So it should be ready to go now. And let's see if we can take off. I don't see a button for one button takeoff. So let's see. Actually, I have to make sure that I'm not facing the wrong orientation. Usually red means like it's the forward, but... Okay, now you have the right orientation. It is drifting all to the right, so I'm going to use the trim. As you see, I kind of canceling that and trying to make it stay in one place. But it may be difficult here because there are a lot of obstacles around that create air current, especially right above the table. So let me get it close to the camera. Alright. I'm still trying to trim it out. The altitude hold is a little drifting. As you see, I'm doing corrections from time to time. And then let's try the headless mode. So in the headless mode, I rotate it, push it forward, it's still going towards the camera and coming back. Rotate it backwards and still doing the same thing. Continue rotating it and it's still the same, and continue rotating it. So it doesn't matter if I'm going back and forth like this, rotating, it should go back and forth when I push that. So let's take it out of the headless mode. And then let's try out the flip function. Alright, why are you going down? Come back. So the barometer is drifting a little bit, the altitude is drifting a little bit. Probably I should be flying it not between these obstacles, so let me land it. So this is landed. So far so good. What I'm going to do now is take it to this open space and try it again, and then I will have more space to do the flip function. And to do that, you long press this and until it starts doing 3 beeps, I think, and then you use right, left, front or backward the way that you want it to flip, and it will do the flip for you. Okay, here we are. I replaced the battery with the fully charged one, and I would like to also show you one more function that you need to know. You can calibrate the gyro. There is no separate button for it, but in order to do that, you pull both of this stick to the lower right hand corner like this. And then did you see it did that quick flashing of the lights twice? Let's do it again. So it should be calibrated right now. So if I take off, it should not drift too much, but maybe from my previous one, because I put a lot of left trim, it may be drifting. Okay, let's trim it out here. It should be more stable now. Trimmed out. And the barometer is holding. Let's bring it here. Maybe drifting a little bit up and down slightly, that's normal. We are still in an enclosed space, so there are a lot of air currents created by its own prop wash. So, but you know, this is hands off, as you can see right now. And let's try get it a little far away from us, and let's come down a little bit and then do the flip function. So it's a long press here. It lost a little bit of altitude, gaining it back. So let's start from here. So once you press it for a couple of seconds, it starts beeping, and that means that's in the flip mode. And it does a flip pretty good without gaining too much altitude, without losing much. Let's do another one to the left this time. Very good. And let me show you again the headless mode. So here I press the headless mode and it's blinking, and it doesn't matter if I go forward or backward, you know, rotating the, you know, both ways, and it's still coming back and forth, you know, either away from me or towards me. And then let's bring it to the front, make sure I'm in the right orientation, correct orientation when I switch it. There we go. Let's switch back to regular mode. And then I took off this way. Let's test out the home function. Let's go away from us, and when I press this button, it should start flying towards us. And yes, it is coming towards us, as you can see. You just have to stop it because it's going to go past its takeoff point, because it doesn't have a GPS, it doesn't know how far it traveled. So let's move it a little towards that side and see. It's still going to come back, maybe even rotate it a little bit. Let's see, it's going to come back correctly, or yeah, it's still coming correctly. Let's move it like sideways now. Let's see, it's going to fly backwards or towards us. No, oh no, okay, so that it has to be flying away from you in order for the function to work. So it should be flying away. If it is backwards and you press that button, so it's now facing us, and it's flying in the wrong orientation. I stopped it. So let's bring it back, and finally the speed. So 2 beeps, so this is a little faster, as you can see. It's moving pretty good. 3 beeps, that's even faster. Wow, yeah. I mean, you can definitely fly this. I mean, look at this go. It's losing a little bit of altitude, but this is good. So back to 1 beep, and this is the lowest speed. So this is the lowest speed. Indoors, I recommend flying it at the lowest speed. Let's land it and then go outside. Hopefully it's not raining. The weather wasn't that good earlier today and a little windy. Okay, you have to be persistent on pushing the left stick down until it stops. We are outside in the local park. Fortunately, it is not raining. Unfortunately, it is quite windy. So I'm not sure how this little drone is going to do. I already set it to high rates with the expectation it's going to blow back. Let's see and hope that I'm not going to lose it onto the street or into the trees. So let's do this. As you can see, it's already fighting the wind. Yeah, brave little soul. Let's bring it down a little bit. I think the barometer is having trouble. It just keeps going up. I have to bring it down. I'm not sure if the wind is kind of screwing up with its calibration, but I'm kind of like pushing down as it goes back up. So let go. All right. I think it's maybe something to do with the angle it is flying somehow. Alright, full force into the wind, full force back, it's coming quite fast. I hope I'm giving good views because it is quite dynamic right now. And I am using my brand new camera from Cam Park. I got it from Amazon, and it has the little microphone that I'm using to capture my voice. Yeah, it keeps. Okay, let's bring it back. I'm trying to bring it back. Yeah, it's slowly coming, but you see it is full side and it keeps climbing. That's the problem. So I'm going to get it closer to the ground. Maybe the wind won't affect it as much. As soon as I let go, it starts to climb. Probably it's something to do with the angle. It's applying too much power. Okay, let's bring it back. I don't want to lose it, but I wish I could give a better review, but it is crazy windy. But the good thing is, yes, you can fly it in high winds. It's just you have to watch that altitude hold function, and you have to keep bring it down. So every time I bring it down, I let go, and then it is climbing again. Do you see? I'm not touching anything. And when I let go, it stays stable, but when it's going towards wind, sometimes from climbs. So it gained a little bit of altitude, coming back, kind of lost a little bit of altitude. I think the little pressure changes due to wind is causing that, and also the angle it's flying at is causing that. So now I have to actually increase it a little bit. The ascent. So you can see probably my fingers. Let me try to show you in the other camera while I'm flying in front of this. So hopefully you can see my fingers while I'm trying to fly it. So just constant little adjustments. Whoa! It came on me. There was a burst of wind and then it was pushed. Almost hit me, but hey, I'm not too worried about it hitting me. It's like a tiny little drone. And okay, so it's quite stable now. The wind kind of died down a little bit. And you know, full steam ahead and full steam backward coming back. Let's bring it and slow it down. Hopefully you were able to see that. Okay, let's try it again just in case you missed that. Full steam ahead and full force back. Oh, almost. I have to give it a little bit of altitude because it lost a little bit of altitude. Should we do the flip functions here in the wind? Yeah, sure, why not? So long press on this one. Yeah, barely made it. Probably if I do it backwards, it's going to come back. No, it didn't do it. No, it's not doing it back. I'm not sure why not. No, probably the battery is low because it is refusing to do any of the flips right now. It's refusing to do any of the flips. Okay, let's give you a little bit of a, you know, close up. Oh! You can tell it's really unstable. And I mean the wind, not the little drone. It's doing great. My little hero. And I think this is going to look nice in the evening because of that translucent cover on top. Canopy. Okay. Oh. Okay, it's time to land because the battery is getting low. Okay. And the funny thing is, exactly when this start blinking, battery low alarm, this also start beeping. I don't know, maybe I accidentally pushed the headless mode. No? Maybe return to home mode. No, I think it is related to the battery because it keeps doing this. Yep. It has a battery alarm, so it must be sending a signal to the little transmitter, apparently. Anyway, the final verdict. Yes, I highly recommend this, especially to 2 batteries. I didn't bring the other battery, so I have to stop now. But probably you're bored of watching me talk anyway. And you know, one other review I made in the future is just trying to capture when it's flying at night, because I think you can fly it at night. It should be visible enough. It's not dark enough right now to make a judgment on this, but this is good. If you can get it around $20, it is a good investment. It doesn't have all the bells and whistles some of the other drones have, like, I don't know, one key takeoff, one key landing, and I don't know what else like this. Some of them kind of do like a rotate around the point or something. It doesn't have everything, but it has enough to get you learn how to fly drones. And most probably this altitude hold function will help you at the beginning. Not the headless mode, but the altitude hold will help you at the beginning. But once you master that, I recommend getting something like the eSheen E009, which doesn't have altitude hold. So you have to modulate the throttle to keep it at a certain altitude. Anyway, 3rd day, 3rd mini drone, recommended. The 4th one is coming tomorrow, as you know, so we have 7 more. Hope to see you on the next video. Stay safe and healthy. Take care. Bye-bye.